Jordan Mailata, he was on his show, the Jordan Mailata Show on Monday with Spike and Elliot. They had a lot. They were talking about the game. They were talking about the tush-push stuff, the reaction. But this caught my attention. Hugh, I'm excited for you to react to this. So Elliot asked him about the offense and how teams are kind of playing them. And listen to how Jordan Mailata framed where they're at as an offense and in terms of like the adjustments he thinks they maybe should be making, but yet aren't doing it at this point. Here's Mailata Monday during his show on WIP.
When you're preparing with Jalen throughout the week, like, what is the level of detail you guys go into where, hey, if it's this look, like, we need to figure out now what to do because on Sunday it's going to be loud at Arrowhead and we have to have an adjustment ready?
Yeah, I think that we need to be better there. I think we could be a lot more detailed there in our game plan. I think it could be a joint, more inclusive with not necessarily just us and Jalen. I think us as an offense so we can understand and not just put the onus on Jay.
Mm-hmm. When you say offense, you mean like the players or the players
Everyone.
and the coaches? Okay, sure. Everyone.
Coach, everyone. Everyone in the offense. If you're in the offensive unit meeting, the onus is, if you're in that meeting, then that onus falls on you as well. Mm-hmm. Like, you should know what our checks are to certain looks that we get on the defense.
Hugh, that struck me for a couple of reasons. One, he kind of sighed as the question came in. You kind of heard the sigh. He said he thinks they need to be better, a lot more detailed. He said everyone, and then Elliot like basically said, do you also mean the coaches? Mm-hmm. And he said the coaches too. I took that as, the way I read it was, we aren't quite as prepared as maybe we have been at other times in the past, and teams are catching us in things, and they're winning because they kind of know what's coming, and we're not getting out of it.
I think that's fair, but that's what, normally the preseason was for. And, as we meander through these couple of games, we're still trying to figure out the identity of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't have a problem with what he said. I don't think it's as damning as it might sound, because you are trying to figure it out. The fact that Coach Patullo was talking about how, in the first game he didn't script the plays and how this offense looks disjointed. I'll go back to last year. Looked disjointed last year at the beginning. And then all of a sudden they found their rhythm. And it looks similar this year. And I know you pointed out that it looks worse because Jalen hasn't thrown a touchdown, or Jalen hasn't really thrown the ball a whole lot, But I think that's because he's trying to not put the ball in harm's way, number one, and just get comfortable with what he's seeing. So you're not – is it for you too early to be concerned about Patullo? I think when you say too early, Joe, let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, it's what? Wednesday? Yeah. We got about 4 days. About 5 days.
Oh, so you're giving him to this weekend?
I'm giving him to next Monday.
Oh, I got you.
Whoa, hold on.
What are you talking? What you mean? Hold on. What's up?
We're 2-0. All he does is win.
First of all,
whatever it takes.
See, this is where
he's coordinating. He's coordinating winning football.
I get it. This is why you're being okay. First of all, Kyle, you're being petty. You're being petty.
Hold on. Are they not 2-0?
First of all, yes,
have they not just done whatever it takes to win games?
So he's a 2-0 coordinator.
That's exactly
right.
He's
undefeated.
Are you gonna let me speak now? Are you gonna still be super petty?
Oh, now I feel like I'm being attacked, so I'm getting defensive, rightfully so.
This sounds like
this is my coordinator. He's 2-0.
Here's the thing.
You're giving him one more week?
Can I finish?
Can I finish? This is my coordinator.
No. What I'm saying, we see what we see. And this is where I kind of okay, if you want to say I'm on the fence, straddle the fence, whatever you want.
Here we go.
This is where I'm on the fence a little bit as a former player, 20-some years ago, but I still had that mentality, and a talk show host. It's because the bottom line every Sunday is to win, right? You got the two. And every Sunday that you go out there, you put your title on the line. You put your undefeated record on the line. Now, we all strongly feel that the two efforts that we had in the first two games will not be enough to beat the Rams.
I agree with that.
So now the question has been, with a caveat, is it the offense or is it the quarterback? That's with the caveat. And the caveat is, well, they won. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you got to win the game. Now, this weekend coming up, what we think we know about this game, if some of those questions come up, that you like say the chickens come home to roost, then the conversation Monday changes.
All right. So, Kyle talked about him being a winning coordinator. Hugh, you said this is the weekend. I'll raise my hand. I'll be the one. Yeah, I'm concerned. I don't think it's too early to be concerned about Kevin Patullo. 2 things I've learned about him in 2 weeks. One, I've had now 2 things. You ever hear something like the red flags, right? Like you meet someone or you're talking to someone, there's kind of red flags.
Yes.
I got 2 red flags in 2 weeks.
What you got?
First red flag was didn't script the first 15 plays. You said in all your life around football, you never heard that. All right. Kind of weird. We let it go. This week, I got Jordan Mailata, and again, Elliott threw it at him, right? It wasn't like I'm reading into Jordan's words. Mm-hmm. Elliott said, including the coaches, and he said the coaches too, that he said they could be better and a lot more detailed. He's on dud watch. Like they're very predictable. You look at some of the formations they've run. There's some great numbers out there. And Ross brought it up with us yesterday. Like when they're in certain formations, they're running the football. When they're in certain, that's predictable. If you're predictable, I don't care how many good players you have. If you're predictable, you're going to be in some trouble.
Especially when you went out of your way in the off season or in training camp to try to do some of the things that you did to get to certain plays that you like to run, like out of different formations and things of that nature. So yeah. A little bit of that.
2-0.
And besides that, he's inexperienced. Like you're right last year, Hugh. The first month was kind of choppy, but Kellen Moore had a track record.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of felt like, all right, he's probably going to figure this out. He was really good with the Dallas Cowboys. He got the best out of Dak Prescott. Now he's got Saquon in this line. They're probably going to figure it out. I don't have any track record on Kevin Patullo, other than he just follows around Nick Sirianni for last 5 or 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's good. I don't know. And I don't think it's too early to be concerned that they have a coordinator without experience and then look great right now.
One stat that matters. Wins and losses.
2 wins, 0 losses.
All they do is whatever it takes.
So if you were power ranking coordinators, he's a top 10 guy. Top 10.
Yeah, he probably would be.
No, he would.